It is safe to say that no other actor alive today has a more varied and or interesting filmography than one Nicolas Cage. From Oscar-winning fare such as Leaving Las Vegas, to superhero flaming Ghost Rider, to muscle-bound actioner Con Air, Cage can choose scenery with the best in one movie and then blow everyone away with a performance in the next. Here's Neil live with some Cage facts.
Thank you very much, Pav. It's nice to be alive. So here we go. Nicolas Cage was born Nicholas Kim Coppola and is the nephew of the legendary movie director Francis Ford Coppola.
Oh.
Well, vive la fucking France, man!
He took the surname Cage from Marvel's Luke Cage to avoid nepotism. He has been known to collect unusual items such as a dinosaur skull, shrunken heads, and even the Shah of Iran's Lamborghini.
I'm a vampire!
Cage himself is described as an amateur surrealist and has drawn inspiration from various figures including Bruce Lee, Woody Woodpecker, and Picasso.
I'm like a prickly pear.
After an 1870 photo went viral that looked just like Nicolas Cage, he had to publicly deny he wasn't a vampire.
Cop car.
He has bought a huge pyramid tomb in New Orleans because he wants to be buried in a pyramid.
I guess I was pretty horny.
He has appeared in at least 114 movies at the moment.
I'm a policeman. See my badge?
A master of his craft, he ate a live cockroach for the movie Vampire's Kiss.
I'll call Mr. T.
And get this, Pav, apparently he was never paid for his Oscar-winning performance of Leaving Las Vegas.
What do you say we cut the chit-chat? A-hole.
And Nicolas Cage's highest grossing movie is the animated film The Croods, with $600 million at the box office.
How did you burn? How did you burn? How did you burn? I don't know.
Nick Cage.
Indeed.
I am a Nick Cage fan, especially now, I'm going to say. As soon as we start,
especially now.
I like the career path he's in.
Yeah.
I mean, really do. I think he's become the master of the B-movie.
The one thing I've noticed after doing the research to get my top 10 is that I've got massive holes in Nick Cage, the Nick Cage filmography.
Ooh.
You know, in regards to the movies that I'm pretty sure will be in your top 10 and probably really high in your top 10. That
maybe not, because there's some that people have said to me when I read out my top 10 to a couple of friends because they were really interested, and they said, I'm really surprised you haven't got this one in.
Oh,
I thought you loved that. So there you go.
Okay, that might be a surprise then.
But it might be my top 20, as it were.
Yeah, I mean, I watched one a couple of weeks ago that I fell in love with straight away, and it was a movie I'd never seen before.
Right.
And there's one in my top 10 that I do feel is maybe a little bit, you wouldn't class as a Nick Cage movie.
Okay.
But that's why, I mean, I put it at number 10. Because it kind of like just slips in there.
If that's a recent one, it might be one that I've not seen yet, which shocks everybody.
Okay. But I must admit, when you look at Nick Cage as an actor, I don't think there's anybody that gives as much to a performance as Nick Cage. He goes to 11, and it doesn't matter whether it's a B straight to DVD video streaming
but these
movie.
Are the ones I'm loving.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely really enjoying some of this sort of like I say, these B movies that you know, the ones that you used to see late at night on the Alex, what's his name, Cox's late night video movie drome or whatever it was. Yeah.
What was the first movie you can remember watching of Nick Cage? And is it Nick Cage or Nicolas Cage? Should I call him Nick Cage?
I don't think it really. He calls himself Nicolas Cage now.
Does he?
Well, actually, does he? I don't know. I thought I saw a poster and it said Nicolas Cage. Probably The Outsiders. Maybe.
Oh, right. Okay.
Was it The Outsiders that he was in? Something like that. One of those sort of teeny things. No, it's not The Outsiders. He wasn't in that, was he? Something. I can't remember if he was in The Outsiders. But something where he was younger. Then I didn't really notice him, and then it was sort of the 80s. I remember seeing, obviously, getting a lot more interest when he was in like Moonstruck with Cher, and she won the Oscar. I suppose I was just sort of leaving school then. I saw that.
Yeah, I think the first one that I can remember seeing was Raising Arizona. That was the first.
I was late
one.
to the party for that one.
Yeah, but it was again. It wasn't when you think of that Nic Cage. You know, I mean, he sort of reinvented himself in the sort of mid-90s as an action hero, didn't he? You know, with Con Air and The Rock and things like that. And then he was just like, it seemed that whole sort of Hollywood adage of like one for me and one for them.
Yeah,
but
that's right. That's what he's very much the Harvey Keitel thesis of films, wasn't it?
But he was seeming the one. Now I wouldn't know. What would you class the sort of slew of B movies that he did? Were they for him or were they for them? Because he obviously needed. I mean, I say, does he need to work? I know that he had a lot of, but he had one of the original Superman comics, didn't he? That he sold for like $1 million.
Yeah, that wasn't it issue number 1 or
issue number 1 or something.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's a huge comic. Didn't he call his kid Kal-El or something?
Kal-El, I think.
Kal-El, wasn't it? Yeah.
But it's crazy that somebody like that, you think, oh my God, they must have all the money in the world. But then he must obviously just enjoy working.
Yeah, he's got to have, isn't he? I'm just trying to see here. Where did I first? Yeah, he was. So he was in it, but I don't remember him in it actually. The Outsiders. So that would have been the first film I saw because I saw that young. There you go. Yeah, probably Birdie for me then. Just looking at his list because I was a huge fan of obviously the Peter Gabriel soundtrack.
Yeah,
so I was a massive fan of that movie.
And that was a movie that I saw for the first time 2 weeks ago.
Oh wow! I haven't seen it in ages. How does it hold up?
I tell you what, well, you'll realise because it's in my top 10.
Oh, okay.
And I kind of like thought to myself, how have I not watched this film before? Especially with the fact that it had the Peter Gabriel soundtrack, and you know, it was such a quirky. It kind of sums up what Nic Cage's whole career has been like. It's quirky. It's got some really moving moments, but really funny. We'll get to it when I get to it. I'm in my top 10.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But yeah, he's definitely got such a varied.
And I mean, I haven't, because he's done so many movies and probably a lot of shit.
Yes,
because he's done a lot of straight-to-video stuff that I would never have seen. Some cop sort of stuff, some action sort of stuff. And I was looking, I thought, I've never even heard of this shit.
Yes,
and he's been in it. But it seems like he's having a little bit of a resurgence back because obviously, as we speak, he's going to be playing Spider-Man in another thing, isn't he? And he's got those. And Renfield, I suppose, was a mainstream movie. And he's got Madden with. He's in that with Christian Bale.
Yeah, because hasn't he got loads of prosthetics on that?
Yeah, he looks unrecognisable. A bit like he looks in Longlegs. That's the movie I'm going to admit now that I'm a bit behind watching that.
Yeah, I've not seen that either.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit behind. But
yeah. Okay, right, before we do anything else, it's this.
Lisa's Challenge.
What the fuck are you saying?
Okay, thank you, Lisa. How many do you think we're going to have as duplicates?
4. That's very
4.
Very, very straight off the mark there, wasn't it?
Okay, 4. Okay, well, 1, 2, 3. See, I'm going to go 6.
Okay.
I'm going to go 6. But see, after what you were saying just a minute ago in regards to, you know, some people have thought, oh, why isn't that one in there? I feel like I might have just fucked myself up my ass. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I've actually. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. No, I'll go 4 for now because I was looking at mine and I was thinking, okay, there's a few on there that
you're not allowed to change your mind, Neil. Halfway through.
All I've realised is that I put one of them on there twice, and I suddenly thought, Yeah. Well,
welcome back, Neil. Welcome back. So now you've
how
got a
the fuck
Scrabble.
have No, I haven't, because I'd already got a B list of the ones I did. It's only because, knowing me, I was just being stupid and not moving them around. But I'd already written, so I've just moved them all up one and put the one that wasn't in there.
That's fair enough.
All good.
That's fair enough. Okay, then hit us with your number 10.
So number 10 is National Treasure.
Yeah, see, now this was the one that I was thinking, I haven't seen that movie for a long time, so I don't know if it really holds up or whether it just is like it was an Indiana Jones rip-off kind of thing, wasn't it? But does it hold up?
I watched it recently. The second one, no. The first one, problem is that there seems to be the outlook of films at the moment, and I'm finding a lot of reviewers that I'm reading are forgetting what the films are supposed to be. And this falls in that category. So if you take yourself back to a 12, 13-year-old boy and watch something like National Treasure, it'd probably been the best film you've ever seen for ages. Okay? And you're watching it in adult eyes going, oh, that's ridiculous, that's this, that's that. But I watched it again, I don't know, maybe last year. I watched both of them back to back. And I thought, do you know what? The first one really holds up as a pure, entertaining action film. Sean Bean's in it, Harvey Keitel's in it, great cast, proper tension, and pure escapism, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And Nic Cage plays it really well. He's such a good. We forget how good an action hero he is. You know, an action star he was. And whatever sort of escapist film that you're going to make, it's always going to be compared to Indiana Jones,
of course.
But National Treasure is so much better than the last two Indiana Jones films by a country mile.
Really?
Yeah, because the last two Indiana Jones films don't exist, do they, anymore?
Well, yeah. Let's not go down that route.
Yeah, but that's in my opinion. I just think they've got. So this is full of what I call the charm that the original indie films had. They've got the charm and the escapism. You have to forget you're an adult and that it would never happen. Put your mindless brain on and just enjoy it and go for the ride. Which is so many films that I've been reading, and especially over the last few years, where 2 stars, blah, blah, blah. And then I watch it and I think, yeah, you're 2-starring it because it's just a mindless, entertaining film.
Yeah. Which in the end, I think, is what cinema should be.
Yeah. And people are losing sight of this. Not everything has to be so fucking lauded and award-winning. Sometimes you just need escapism. Indeed.
I just noticed, I didn't realise how big a box office hit it was. So it had a $100 million budget, which, what year was this? Was that movie?
Early 2000s.
Which is got a fair whack. But it made $347,512,000. That's nearly $350 million.
I went to the cinema to see it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you go and see the sequel as well?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Not because I didn't want to. It was just I didn't get to see it for whatever reason. But yeah, I mean, the sequel's okay. It's just not a bit like most films, isn't it? It's just not as good. The sequel's not going to be. It's the same. You know, you've been spoiled. You've had the originality's gone. It's how you top that originality, isn't it?
You're absolutely right. Okay, it didn't make my top 10, but it was one that was definitely close to getting in my top 10. Okay, my number 10. So this is where I've cheated a little bit. It's not a Nic Cage movie, and you did mention the character just a minute ago, but because it is such a great movie, I felt like I had to put it in there. Nic Cage plays Spider-Man Noir in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse from 2018.
They're fucking brilliant films.
And I can remember watching it the first time. And it was the time that I thought they've got my prescription wrong on my glasses, because everything looked blurry.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I read, on IMDb that's a style. That was the animating style. But once you get over that, the animation is beautiful. The storytelling is fantastic, and it's just. I mean, the sequel was great as well, and I'm so looking forward to seeing what this TV series is going to be like.
I know it looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, sounds good, I should say. Yeah. It looks good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I didn't even think about that, because likewise, I didn't even think.
Yeah, he's not. You wouldn't class it as a Nic Cage movie.
In my top 4.
You wouldn't. That's why I thought I'm going to cheat, but
I'll let you have it.
Give its due that it's just crept into the top 10.
I actually think the sequel's better than the first one.
I agree. I agree.
There's a sequel that's stronger than the first one, and I'm so excited for the third one. They finally do it.
Yeah, when they release it in 2031 or whatever it's
whatever it is, when I'm about 80. Yeah, but I'm with you. The animation in it is mind-bogglingly good. I wish I'd seen them at the cinema. Is all I could say.
I felt the same way. It is definitely a big screen movie to watch, without a doubt. Yeah. Okay then. What's your number 9?
So this might upset some people because I know how loved it is, but it's Face Off.
That's my number 8.
Right. Okay.
That's my number 8. Yeah.
And the reason it was shot down to me, again, I watched it quite recently. Again, it's great mindless entertainment, but it has dated badly. And I'm not talking about the dialogue, just the look of it. I found all John Woo films, apart from his original Chinese or original spoken language ones, have really dated the American ones really badly. And they all seem to drag, sorry. And Face Off, again, just we're bored of the slow motion now, the things like that. But it is fun to see Nic Cage ham it up like he does. I mean, I found John Travolta's hamming it up a bit too much. John Travolta's worse than Nic Cage in that.
Yeah.
But great action set pieces, great fun. And if we'd have done this probably 5 years ago, it probably would have been a lot higher.
Yeah, it's definitely... I mean, again, I haven't seen it for a while. But I can just remember the fact that, like, there was a couple of scenes when Nic Cage just goes off his fucking rocker.
Yeah, he really does, and he's so much fun to watch in it.
But he's great when he does that, and you're absolutely right. When John Travolta tries to do it, it feels a little bit more forced.
Yeah.
He doesn't quite have that sort of manic glint in his eye like Nic Cage has.
I quite agree. I completely agree. And there was all talks about sequels and everything. Thank Christ they never did that, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fun film. It really is. And I'd still watch it again now, but it's dropped because, there's certain bits of it that you look and you think. It's a bit like watching Mission Impossible 2, John Woo. And you just look at it and you think, at the time I thought that was fucking epic. Now I think it's just...
Yeah. But I think it's because a lot of movies do that now. They kind of stole the John Woo thing, and I mean, Mission Impossible 2 for me is the weakest of all the Mission Impossible movies. But okay, so we've got our first duplicate. There. So my number 9 is a movie that I watched on the plane on my way to LA last year.
Oh, okay.
And it's Dream Scenario. No,
I've never even.
So this was 2023. This is where Nic Cage plays a guy called Paul Matthews, who's just like a boring family guy, but all of a sudden he starts creeping up in people's dreams.
Okay.
And all of a sudden he becomes like this famous person because people keep seeing him in their dreams. And it's one of those movies. It's one of those quirky Nic Cage movies that he is brilliant in. He's got a big bushy beard, bold head. They've shaved him so he looks like he's, male pattern baldness. And it's a sweet movie, but it's also heartbreaking because he's this guy that is an absolute nobody. I think he's a school teacher, and nobody listens to him. Nobody gives a shit what he's saying. Then all of a sudden he becomes this amazing celebrity because everybody starts seeing him in his dreams and they don't understand why. Okay. And then when he starts chasing this fame, all of a sudden everybody starts hating him. And all he wants to do is be famous. All he wants to do is be loved by people. Yeah. But it's such a nuanced performance from him. It's such a tragic performance from him.
Oh, but
with one, I won't say what the scene is, but one scene that actually made me guffaw on the plane. I actually overly sort of laughed at it because it was such a funny little bit in a movie that it's not a rip-roaring comedy or anything. It's a weird movie. Yeah. I mean, it's from A24, so it's that kind of tone,
right, yeah.
But I would recommend, if you get a chance to see it because it is.
But that's what's so good about Cage is I think he's so good at taking that risk.
Yeah.
To try something different, because cinema, as much as we love the Marvels and the Star Wars and the Disney and all of that, it's starting to get a bit to me, a bit boring
and predictable. Yeah,
and just predictable.
Yeah.
You're just churning them out. But I think people are starting to realise that people have more interest than that, and we're starting to get these quirky films. And Nic Cage is the master, and he's been doing it a while now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's the daddy of these sort of things.
The master of the quirk.
The quirk.
The
quirk. Be careful how you say that one.
I will now.
Yeah.
Right then, your number 8, please.
Now, you might tell me off for this one.
Oh, God.
But the reason I put it down so low is because I haven't seen it for such a long time, and I've just told you about that. It's Birdie.
Okay, well, that's my number 7.
Okay.
So, yeah, it didn't... it isn't
That's
that
the one
high.
I wrote down twice, bizarrely. When you were talking about it, I suddenly thought, oh, shit.
That's not good.
No. But yes, I'm reluctant to say too much about it, the story, but I can't remember every scene anyway. But I will say that Nic Cage's performance is lovely. Matthew Modine in it is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
It's Alan Parker, so you're in good hands.
I thought you were going to say Alan Partridge then for a second.
Yeah, it's Alan Partridge.
Aha! Birdie! Aha!
Yeah. Great soundtrack, beautiful cinematography, lovely performances. Most people might have seen it now, but it's one of those ones that I'm so... how do I word it? But I would say if you haven't seen it, go and watch it. Don't listen to this and let us spoil it. Go and see it because you're in for a treat. But I need to watch it again. And yeah, I've been saying that in my head for ages, but I need to find where to watch it again.
It's on Sky. Have you got Sky?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, it's on Sky.
Oh, is it?
That's where I watched it.
Oh, I forget about Sky Movies all the time. I'm
It's-
paying for it and I forget about it.
But it's definitely. I mean, it's a young Nicolas Cage, isn't it? It's like before he's had his teeth done and all of that kind of stuff. But
it's a great Nicolas Cage, isn't it? You can see he had the talent back there. Can't
Oh,
you?
yeah.
So,
and again, he goes from being quite a calm person to then just on a turn he goes crazy and he does what you would probably class as he goes Nic Cage in that movie.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to win this Lisa's challenge.
Well, that's only 2.
Yeah.
That's only 2. So my number 8 was Face Off, which was your number 9. So back to you for your number 7.
So my number 7 is The Rock.
Yeah, and I see this is controversially not in my top 10.
And I can understand why, but I still thoroughly enjoy it. But I think Cage is great in it. I wouldn't say he's like outstandingly mad. It's Sean Connery's film, really. Let's be honest. It's Sean Connery's movie. But Nicolas Cage is very, very good in what he does in it. He plays that role very well. He's almost like the straight man in it, isn't he? Not used to being put in these action positions and that sort of thing, and he does it really well. But it's also when Michael Bay was actually good before he started leering at women's asses and becoming this weird chap and just stuck in a Transformers universe. It was a great movie, a great action movie. Nice to see Alcatraz like it was. Ed Harris is the great villain, and I think Ed Harris is always a great villain.
He is.
He's one of the best people to play a villain. Have you watched Love Lies Bleeding yet?
No.
Oh, you so need to see that movie. He's the villain in that, and he's so creepy with his long hair.
Oh, really?
Is it Love Lies Bleeding or whatever it is? The one with Kirsten Stewart and that in. It's so
well, there you go.
So
Kirsten
good.
Stewart. I can't watch anything with Kirsten Stewart.
Trust me.
No,
it's such a good
I
movie.
can't.
Oh, man.
I can't
I've
do
seen
it
twice now.
If she was in a Carry On film, I wouldn't watch it because I just...
I just think
on,
it's such
Kirsten.
a good movie. Great little love story. Yeah, really good film. But yeah, Ed Harris in that one is a great psychopath. There's some real tension in that action movie.
And where do you stand on the not the rumor, but that Sean Connery is actually playing James Bond?
Oh, it doesn't even.
What do you call it? It's not a rumor, is it? It's a theory.
Theory.
It's a theory.
Never
apparently.
heard that.
Yeah,
but I would say total tosh. But I suppose he could be. There's any way to link it in there. But when they made that and wrote that, they didn't think that was James Bond, did they?
It'd be fun.
People sliding that in.
It'd be fun if they did, though. Wouldn't it?
mean, yeah, but why wouldn't they just call him Bond then?
They probably wouldn't have had the.
Well, they could have called him Bond. They couldn't have said James Bond.
They could have done.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that Michael Biehn was in it. John C. McGinley. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
it's great cast.
It's been a long time. Tony Todd. I didn't realise that. It's been a long time. David Morse.
We watch it. I really enjoyed it when I watched it over the last few years. Probably COVID times. I sat and watched it.
Oh right, okay.
But thoroughly enjoyed it. Enjoyed it a lot more than Face Off. A good action film, like I say, when Michael. I mean, he still does the old classic, the circling shot and coming up, all of that. But that was when he was starting to do it, so it all looked new. He just wasn't stuck on that. But
he just then flogged it to death with every movie that he had. You can tell a Michael Bay movie from the first sort of couple of shots.
I even
of a movie.
forgave him bloody Pearl Harbor. Let's be honest.
Did you? I love Armageddon. I think Armageddon is a great movie.
It's when Michael Bay was good. It's when he got stuck in the Transformers franchise and became a perv. That became...
Yeah, but it was Megan Fox. It was Megan Fox. I mean...
Yeah, but he was doing it in the other movies, wasn't it? Those weird sweeping up... Oh, there's an arse. We'll have a look at that. Fuck off, Michael Bay. You've got enough money. Pay for it.
A man after your own heart there. Like, there's another arse.
There's another arse.
Oh dear. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, I feel like that is in everybody's top 10, The Rock, but unfortunately,
no, and I can understand why.
I mean, to be fair, it's not necessarily because it's a bad movie. It's because I just haven't seen it for. I think I've seen that movie once. In all the time, like everybody knows with me, how I'm a lazy watcher and a lazy listener. I'll just stick on anything that I've watched before. I've just never got round to watching that movie a second time. And it's not because I didn't enjoy it. I thought it was a fine action movie. Just never got round to it.
I mean, it was at the time when I used to go to the cinema nearly every week back in the 90s. I mean, it was every week. Every Tuesday night we used to go to the cinema. The films that I ploughed through, sometimes twice a week, we used to go.
Really?
Yeah. I watched so many films back then. But now I just...
Those days are gone now, though, aren't they?
Just with sadly the price.
I mean, I say the price of stuff. I mean, the price of tickets have gone down drastically, haven't they?
Yeah, they need to get people in.
But
I mean, I went to the New View to watch near us in our local town, big town. Went there to watch the Thunderbolts. I have to say the seats were very nice.
Yeah, but trouble is, it makes you want to go sleep.
Yeah,
because they recline. They're lovely and comfy.
Yeah, I just felt the screen had shrunk.
Yeah, I think it's because... And the thing is, we went and watched Captain America, and we were in the front row, and we literally had to crane our necks and heads right back because we were 4 feet from the screen. Right, and
was that in the IMAX, was it?
Well, it wasn't IMAX, but it felt like an IMAX screen because... Yeah. You couldn't see anything but the screen, but you had to literally move your head to watch stuff on the left and the right hand side of the screen.
That. Yeah,
because you were so close to the screen.
Yeah,
so it's I find that going to the cinema now is more of a chore than a delight.
Yeah, I mean I'm only using it because I get 2 free a month from a certain thing, and that's
we
all
do
I
as well.
And use the free ones.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, I went to watch the Thunderbolts last time with it, and less said about the Marvel universe at the moment.
Indeed, indeed. So Birdie was my number 7. So I'm kind of following you a little bit here.
Yeah, we got a similar taste.
Yeah. So what's your number 6?
So it's Adaptation.
Okay.
Have you seen this one?
I have seen it, and this was my number 11.
So this is Charlie Kaufman. So you're in for a bit of surrealism. He plays twin brothers, writers, working away. And Meryl Streep's in it, isn't she? Very good in it. Again, I haven't seen it for a few years, but it was one that I used to quite like chilling to, if that makes sense. Because he's got the two sides to the brothers, obviously, and he does it so well. They do really feel like separate people. When you just watch it and you're like, oh, God, that's just... In that one, very well. Doesn't really look like Nic Cage with his curly hair.
That's right,
It's the other thing. And if you know Charlie Kaufman, you're not going to be in for a straight story.
No.
You're just not. And
I mean, to be fair, if I hadn't cheated with Into the Spider-Verse, this would have been in my top 10.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like we would have another duplicate, to be fair.
Yeah, and it's a great performance by Nic Cage in that film. I think he was Oscar nominated for that, wasn't he?
I think he was. Let me have a look. I mean, that's the thing with Charlie Kaufman, isn't it? Is like you sort of what you're going into, what you're signing up for.
Yeah, if you've never experienced one, start with something easy like being John Malkovich.
Yeah,
that's sort of I would say that's his most accessible.
Yeah,
and then work your way up.
I mean, the thing is, it's like, say I'm obviously on IMDb again. I'm looking at it shows you the trailer and stuff. The fact that he hasn't just got curly hair, but it's thinning curly hair.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that he doesn't care how he looks. There's no vanity with him.
No.
If he has to look schlubby for the character, and he's always like in that movie, he's hunched over, isn't he?
That's right.
He just always looks so.
I mean, I assume he still does his method acting, as we say. I assume he does. But, I mean, obviously, back probably when he was still doing that, he was more... Age has probably restricted what he can do method-wise now, I would imagine, or what he wants to do. So back then, he was still in the prime of his method acting.
They're saying it Oscar winner for Best Actor. In the supporting role was Chris Cooper.
That's right.
And he was nominated for Best Actor in a leading role.
Yeah. Was Meryl Streep nominated?
Meryl Streep was in it, and she was nominated for Best Actress in a supporting role. So
it's definitely an Oscar-worthy film.
Yeah, and directed by Spike Jones.
Spike Jones, written by Charlie Kaufman, though.
Yeah.
It's
a great movie.
Yeah, I just like Charlie Kaufman's writing. I just think the blokes... What's that one with Philip Seymour Hoffman that he directed? Was it Charlie Kaufman directed it? I can't pronounce it. Sidoshin or whatever...
Synecdoche or something.
Yeah,
something like that.
See, that's really good, but totally mind fuck, because the first time you watch it, like, I have no idea what just happened then, but then you watch it and you start learning things into it. But
I mean, that's what cinema should be about. It's not just about it's about those, again, king of the quirk.
Yeah, and discovery. Go and take a punt. That's what I keep telling my
careful. My lad,
my son keeps saying to me, "Dad, what's this film like?" And I'm saying, "Watch it, and you'll find out." Yeah. I can't keep telling you what to watch. You need to discover it. It's all about the discovery. Just take a punt. If it's shit, it's shit. Learn from it, but just go and experiment. Don't keep being told what to watch.
And the beauty is, you haven't got to go and spend 15 quid in the cinema to go and work out whether you like a movie or not, do you? Because look at all the streaming services. I mean, we've done it with a couple of movies where you thought, let's just stick a couple of movies on and see what they're like, and they are shit.
Yeah, and you can turn them off.
Yeah, but there are some little diamonds in the rough out there.
Yeah, I found a few. I mean, obviously we all knew about The Substance from last year, and that probably would have been my film of the year until a couple of weeks ago. I had a little deep dive, had read about them, watched the Kneecap movie. Have you watched Kneecap yet?
No.
Wow. You need to watch that movie. That would probably be my film. Maybe. Might not Substance off of being my top film of last year, Kneecap.
Okay.
It's proper funny.
Right.
It's, you know what it is, don't you? So they're a real band. So they're an Irish-speaking band.
Right, yes.
They're in a lot of hoo-ha at the moment.
Yes.
They're an Irish-speaking band that have brought the Irish language back, and they rap in the Irish language.
Right.
So Michael Fassbender's in the movie. But it gave me proper belly laughs. And it's what I would say is one of those films that heart you back to the mid-90s, Train Spotting era and around that sort of era. Reminds me of that. It doesn't apologise for what it is. It doesn't apologise for what it says. And I just properly... and I would happily... Bless you, my child. Yeah, I would happily watch it again right now. I would sit and watch it right now because I loved it. Jen watched it with me, my partner, and she said exactly the same. I thought that was going to be really shit, Neil, when you put that on, and I fucking loved it.
There you go, then. That's the beauty of it. That's the
there's
beauty
a
of the
recommendation for you on the podcast.
I don't know if I've spoken to you before, and I've said it probably in the last 3 or 4 episodes in various ways. Sasquatch Sunset. Have you seen that yet?
Not yet. Not yet. I've heard it's mental, isn't it?
You've got to watch it. I'll tell you a little bit about my discovery of it a little bit later on.
I mean, I've heard of it. I've seen the clips.
It links in with one of my choices for this. So, okay. So adaptation is your number 6. My number 6 is the movie that Nicolas Cage won his Oscar for, and it's Leaving Las Vegas.
So that's my number 2.
That's your number 2.
Yeah, okay. Not that it's a happy film to watch.
To me, always equates the same as things like Schindler's List and stuff like that. It's like you kind of only want to see it once.
No, yeah,
but
I've probably seen it a bit more than once. Yeah,
I mean, it's got Elizabeth Shue in it, so you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she's
just the
gorgeous.
subject matter, and I think Nicolas Cage portrays an alcoholic. Not that I'm aware of what alcoholics are like.
No,
from what I've read, he portrays an alcoholic like an alcoholic is. It's almost real. I mean, I know he was drinking properly to get into the role.
It's that scene when he goes in to cash his redundancy check, and he's shaking, and he tells the woman behind the counter that I've just had a brain operation. And he can't sign his, so he goes off, has a skinful, comes back in with this amazing swagger and woo and all this stuff, and just signs the check. Yeah, and that's what a functioning alcoholic has. Not that I know, but that's what you would imagine a functioning alcoholic has to do to function.
Yeah. And didn't I read somewhere that on top of the script they improvised as well?
Probably. You could imagine that he did.
Yeah, but Elizabeth Shue is, I mean, it's heartbreaking for her in that as well, what happens to her if you've never seen it. But if you've never seen it, it's a movie to watch. If you haven't seen it and you don't want to watch it again, completely understandable. But I think you have to watch it. If you're a movie buff and you've not seen it, you have to see it to see. To me, it's one of those films. And
it's the fact that when he is drinking, he's the person that everybody would love. You know, because he's funny, he's charming, he's like cool. And then when he's not, that's when he can't function. You know, and it's kind of like, well, why would you? Somebody in that position, and why would you not keep drinking? Because you're kind of the bloke that everybody loves, you know, the guy that, you know. But I love the fact that he looks absolutely fucked pretty much all the way through. You know, rings under his eyes and bags under his eyes, and
it's a heartbreaking film to watch. That's the thing as well. You've got to remember it's gonna pull on the old heartstrings on that one. Really
when he tells her that you can never ever ask me to stop drinking. And she kind of, but then she's kind of knows what she's signing up for.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's a great movie. And again, you know, I feel maybe it should be up a little bit higher for me, but I'm going to have it at number 6.
No, that's fine. No judgment here.
Thank you, Neil. That's very kind of you.
You know me.
Okay, we're halfway through, so it's time for this.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
Pop quiz, hot shots. Okay, what I've got is the family quiz that everybody can play. It's the lines from the poster, the taglines from the poster, and you need to tell me what the movie is. This
could be quite difficult if you've gone really down the B movie role. That you know.
I mean,
I probably
we'll see.
Some of them I might not. You could really throw me on this one.
Okay, so we'll go with number 1. We don't get a lot of things we really care about. We don't get a lot of things to really care about.
Family Man.
Way wrong answer.
It wasn't. It was Pig.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Can't say I've ever seen the poster.
No. Number 2. The only criminal he can't catch is himself.
That's got to be Face Off, isn't it?
Way wrong answer.
Oh, shit.
No, it was Bad Lieutenant, Portland of Call, New Orleans.
That was a weird. Have you seen that film?
I've not seen that film, no. But
it's not bad. It's weird.
I've seen some of the clips of him saying stuff, which seemed like perfect 100% Cage.
Oh, yeah. And it's Werner Herzog directing it.
There you go. What more do you need?
But, I mean, it's not the powerhouse that the original movie is.
See, I'm surprised. I thought that was going to be in your top 10.
No, if it was Harvey Keitel movies, then The Bad Lieutenant would be probably 1 or 2. It's not a remake.
Right.
It's hard to describe because it's obviously based in New Orleans this time, and it has elements of what happened in the original movie, the Harvey Keitel version, the Abel Ferrara movie, to the Nic Cage movie, and that's about it. You know, there's similar incidents. Right. Let me put it this way. Nic Cage is fine in it, and he's eccentric Nic Cage. He's nowhere as brave as Harvey Keitel.
Oh, really?
No way near as brave.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the original Bad Lieutenant?
I haven't, no.
Okay, that's where an actor really exposes everything. I'm not just saying sexually or nudity, which it does. Vulnerability just comes woof.
Oh, right.
And it's a powerhouse performance by Harvey Keitel. I can't see many actors doing that.
No.
Not current mainstream actors like Harvey Keitel did.
Okay.
So, yeah, okay.
Okay, that was number 2. Number 3. Long ago, he made a deal to save someone he loved.
Ghost Rider.
All right.
Well done. It was Ghost Rider. Number 4. In order to break the code, one man has to break all the rules.
The Rock?
Way wrong answer.
No, it was National Treasure.
Oh, Christ.
National Treasure.
It's going to be one of his action movies.
Of
that
course
line,
it is.
isn't it?
Number 5. Seduction, romance, murder. The things one does for love.
Is that adaptation?
Way wrong answer.
No, it was Vampire's Kiss.
Oh, okay.
Number 6. Their lawless years are behind them. Their child-rearing years lay ahead.
Oh, is that Honeymoon in Vegas?
Way wrong answer.
Oh, Christ.
Raising Arizona.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Number 7. In order to trap him, he must become him.
That's Face Off then, isn't it?
All right.
That is Face Off, yes.
Yeah.
Number 8. Let playtime begin.
Let playtime begin. Oh, I don't know. Renfield?
No, that was Willy's Wonderland.
Oh, okay.
That was one of
I
the...
have seen that. That's an odd one.
That is an odd one. That is an odd
even
one.
I struggled with that one.
I
'cause
don't
it
think
felt
he has like 13 words to say in the whole movie, doesn't he?
And
just
yeah, I struggled. It's very low budget, that one.
very low budget. Number 9. I mean, this one, I should just give you the point for this one, but 9. Alcatraz. Only one man has ever broken out. Now 5 million lives depend on 2 men breaking in.
That famous James Bond movie, The Rock.
All right.
Yes, it is. And number 10. Where there's a will, there's a weapon.
Could that be Con Air?
Way wrong answer.
No, it's Lord of War.
Oh, okay. They're doing a sequel to that.
Are they?
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I've only ever seen the opening, like, intro of the movie where it shows
it's
you.
all right.
It shows you the making of a bullet, and then
That's
it's
right.
I've
It's that guy that did Simone and other films, isn't it? What's his name? Andrew something. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. Yeah, I would say it's, if you had nothing to watch on a Sunday evening, let's say, that's a great movie to put on.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah, I do
It's
feel I want to watch that one, but
Yeah.
okay, we're back to the job in hand. So your number 5, then, please, Neil.
So it's one of the one I would call this a more subtle Nicolas Cage film, more recent. Joe.
Oh,
Just
right.
called Joe,
Okay.
Yeah. Sort of like this forestry worker, loner forestry worker, who does he make friends? I don't know if that's the right word. With a young lad who works out there as well. It's a sweet film. It's his performances. I don't know how it's a drama, but it's got an air of sweetness about it, you know. And again, if you read about it, he did his crazy method acting. So the snake that they find is a real poisonous snake, and that's really Nicolas Cage picking up a real poisonous snake.
Oh, right.
In it. But yeah, it's one of his powerhouse performances because it's not him just being eccentric all the time. Yeah, highly recommend to watch it.
2013.
Yeah, it's not that old. It's got what's his name? Something Sheridan, is it?
Oh, yeah, Ty Sheridan.
Ty Sheridan's in it.
Right.
Who plays the younger person that Nicolas Cage, obviously.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that one, to be fair.
Yeah, it's a beautiful film. Seriously, Pab, I think you'd really like it.
Okay.
It's not a low budget movie. It's not all mental, and it's quite a subtle film for Nicolas Cage,
Right.
but it's there's an air of beauty about it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I got my son to watch it; he loved it. Yeah, so that's high on my list. That's why
I'll add that to the ever-growing list then.
Yeah, but there's one I would think that you will like.
Yeah. I was looking through his filmography then to try and find it, and I come across that one that was Mum and Dad.
Yeah, I've seen that on somewhere.
Yeah, that's one of those like quirky but really weird.
Yeah, I've not seen it.
Nick, I've not seen it. That was 2017.
Who plays the mum in that?
I was just about to have a look. Selma Blair.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those ones I've seen clips, and he looks genuinely like he's batshit crazy in it.
Yeah.
And it's you kind of think, okay, is that going to be a good batshit crazy Nick Cage or a bad batshit crazy Nick Cage?
I've seen it come up on one of the streaming services, so it is out there to stream, or it was.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He had 6 movies come out in 2017. 6 movies.
And how many of them was cinema released?
I don't know, but according to IMDb, 6 as a rating out of 10 was the highest out of all of them.
Yeah, he did so many of those straight to videos, didn't he? Well, straight to whatever.
Yeah, 6 again in 2018. 6 again in 2019. Jesus, I mean, the man works, doesn't he? I mean, you can't say that he doesn't work, but holy crap, it's crazy.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, so Joe was your number 5. My number 5, we had it in the quiz. Classic Coen Brothers, Raising Arizona.
That's my number 4.
Is that your number 4?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, Holly Hunter as well. So good in that film.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's the same kind of level as, say, who did adaptation? Charlie Kaufman.
Yeah, it's
not
quite as bizarre. But
no, but Raising Arizona is definitely one of those ones that's a good sort of step into their style.
Yeah. It's got a quirky, hasn't it?
Quirky. It's a really good comedy. I think Nick Cage is great. Holly Hunter is great in it as well.
And the baby is great.
And the baby, it's just...
in the car seat is so good. Yeah, it's a great movie, and I've recommended it to loads of people. I'm always surprised when you talk to film people, how many people have never watched that Coen Brothers film.
I know.
I'm like, really? That was like a huge thing when it came out. Was that their second movie? Because obviously Blood Simple was their first, which I can
think,
give or take.
I think it was, because then after that they did... is it Miller's Crossing? I think they did after that.
Yeah, it would have been something like that, which I think is a powerhouse of a film.
Yeah, so it was kind of like it was a real 90-degree turn from
the
sort of quirky comedy of...
They did the Hudsucker Proxy, remember that?
That's
not many people have seen that.
No,
Paul Newman.
Yeah, Paul Newman, Tim Robbins.
John Goodman.
Was
that in that one? Was he in that one?
I think he was, yeah, because he was like one of his like their recurring players, wasn't he?
That's right, because he's definitely in Barton Fink.
Yeah, obviously Big Lebowski and Oh Brother Where Art Thou and all those kind. I love them.
Yeah, I watched that again the other night. Oh Brother,
did you?
Yeah, it was on Sky Movies, but
we were in a tight spot. I love that.
So good.
I just love that. Okay, so that was my number 5.
That's my number 4.
Which is your number 4. So we now have 4 the same, Neil.
Wow.
So should we just finish now and say thank you very much, everybody, and just go? Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. So that was so that was my number 5. That was your number 4. So my number 4, I'm going from a movie from 2022, and it's The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Do you know, I'm going to be 100% honest. I still haven't watched it.
Have you not? No,
I just haven't had time.
Some of it is very obvious in regards to the jokes, but Nick Cage and Pedro Pascal together are fucking brilliant. They are so good together. And it is
man of the moment, isn't he, Pedro Pascal?
Well, I mean, Pedro Pascal can't do any wrong at the moment until Fantastic Four flops or something, I suppose. Yeah. But if you get a chance to watch it, I would thoroughly recommend it because it is a lot of fun. Nick Cage plays himself, but I was going to say in a more inflated version of himself, but I mean, he's more of inflated in all the movies that he plays anyway, a lot of the straight to DVD kind of movies. but it's a lot of fun. There are a lot of jokes in there that border onto like Naked Gun.
Okay, so it's that much
spoof,
of a comedy.
Kind of spoof kind of things.
I'm gonna have to hurry up and watch this.
But it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's not going to win any awards, but it's one of those. What is it? 2 hours, 1 hour 47 minutes, where it's just a lot of fun.
I'm gonna have to. It's on my what to watch list.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to pile into that. Yeah.
I would recommend it without a doubt.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna have to.
Okay, that's my number 4. So your number 3, then, Neil.
Pig.
That's my number 3.
Is it?
That's my number 3.
This film. I'd read about it and I listened to Mark Kermode talk about it, and I respect Mark Kermode's movie choices. Not all of them. Don't agree with everything, but how much he raved about this, and then I watched it. And how do you describe it? A man who's got a pig that he goes truffling with. The pig gets kidnapped. He's going to go and get it. Is that the best way of describing
it is.
that?
And when I heard that, I thought, okay, this is Nic Cage's version of John Wick. And he's going to go and he's going to kill everybody until he gets his pig back. So if I was sat down with my popcorn thinking, this is going to be a kick-ass fucking movie where everyone gets shot in the head, and it wasn't that at all.
No.
I don't think anybody dies. Someone dies, but it's a beautiful, beautiful movie.
It's moving. It's sweet.
It is sweet.
Yeah, you can call it sweet.
It is sweet, but it's also... Again,
like
Nic Cage.
sweet,
Nic Cage is layered because you just think he's this schlubby bum that is like off the radar and nobody likes. Everyone takes a piss out of him. But when he gets into certain situations, everybody finds out who he is. They've all got this like utter respect for him, and it was just it didn't go the way I thought the movie was going to go for a start.
It's not how if you read the bio to it, you wouldn't think it's that sort of movie.
No. But his performance in it is
and it's not crazy Nick, is it? It's a subtle Nick.
Very, very sort of very downplayed, but very gritty and dirty and blood. I mean, I say there's blood in it. He gets beaten up and he always looks like he just needs a good shave and a wash.
But it's moving.
That's moving.
The thing. It could easily. I don't recall crying, but I can remember it bringing me. You get that feeling, don't you?
Oh, the end. Yeah, the ending. The ending kind of twist that there is. Is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Especially the way that Nic Cage plays it. It's all on him.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all on him.
But it's a fantastic movie. So I'm with you on that one. So we're up to 5.
I think I'm going to win. I really think I'm going to win. I'm going to be very surprised.
6, didn't you?
So I said 6. So that is both our number 3s.
Yeah, well, that's
you've
crazy,
got leaving. Yeah, you've got Leaving Las Vegas at number 2. My number 2 is Con Air.
Yeah, I haven't got that on my list at all.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Not on my list. I don't mind it. It's all right, but it's my least
I still think
favorite.
we might have the same number 1 though. I still feel.
Okay, that's intriguing.
Yeah, I mean, Con Air for me. I think as much as like Raising Arizona was the first time I saw Nic Cage in a movie, I didn't watch it and go, oh my God, that's Nic Cage. I just watched it and thought, what a great movie. Put it away, never thought about it. It was Con Air when he changed himself into this mullet, muscle
man.
Yeah, muscle man that is like a John Wick. He's somebody that's got these talents, and he's going, and it was such a great premise for a movie, even though I'm sure there's no prison in the world that would put a load of really bad
highest security prisoners all together
on one plane where there's like 3 guards that are going to save them. That's going to look after
the virus.
Yeah, and Danny Trejo and
John Malkovich is really good. I love John Malkovich anyway.
And John Cusack is great in it.
Yeah, he's a neurotic sort of anti-hero, isn't he? What's happened to John Cusack?
Oh, he's on X and whatever it is, Twitter.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't see many films with him recently. The last thing I saw him in was a weird Chinese movie with Jackie Chan.
Oh, really? He's got an amazingly soothing voice,
hasn't he?
John Cusack.
Yeah, very much so.
It's got that kind of almost like nasally kind of. I love listening to his voice.
Relaxing to listen to. I completely agree with you on that. Completely.
But for me, it was the movie that sort of really made me think about Nic Cage is going to be up there with Sly, Arnie, and that as an action hero.
And he had the bunny bit.
Put the bunny back in the box. And
I mean, that's in my top 20. That would easily be in my top 20 because it's a what I call a perfect popcorn movie.
Perfect, indeed. I completely agree. Along there with Armageddon and all those kind of movies. I'm pretty sure that was in my top 10 action movies.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
When we did that,
it's fun, but it didn't make my top 10 and last.
Okay, so will we have the same number one, Neil?
I'm intrigued to know.
See, I'm not as confident as I was just a minute ago. But what is your number one Nic Cage movie?
Do we not need to do a top 10 countdown?
Yeah, I don't do that anymore, Neil.
Okay, just checking in.
Yeah, we're just going to go through it. So kick me with your top 10 and your number one Nic Cage.
So my number one movie is David Lynch's Wild at Heart.
Yeah, I thought it would be. It's not mine.
Right.
Because I've never seen Wild at Heart.
Oh, it's fucking it might almost be my favorite David Lynch movie.
Really?
I must watch this at least once every couple of years. I think everybody in it does a great job. So Nic Cage's character has been in prison for violent misconduct, is released. Laura Dern is his girlfriend. He's released from prison. He goes on the run with her and meet different people. Different aspects. I mean, look at the cast. William Dafoe. Watch how his demise happens. It's brutal.
I'll tell you what. That's the top 10 we need to do. Is top 10 William Dafoe movies.
Yeah,
because
he's getting better with age.
But is he somebody that's like Cage in the fact that he has so many different kind of movies? He'll do blockbusters, but he'll do these quirky, weird.
He is,
movies.
but I would say he's braver than Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that.
You know, I would say he takes those risks. Anybody that's seen Antichrist will know.
Yeah, so I've still not seen that yet. I don't think I can bring myself to watch that one.
Oh, really? Yeah. I sat and watched it. Was it last year? It was on Film 4 again. They show it uncut as well.
Really?
Film 4. Yeah.
Wow.
So I suppose it's been passed, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well, it must have been.
Because it opens with full penetrative sex.
Let's stop the podcast and go watch it now.
Not that that's William Dafoe.
Right, okay.
So there's but I'm
is
not
that
going to go through the whole movie? So
yeah, we just need to
stylized sequence of, and you see it happening.
Okay.
And as it happens, an awful tragedy happens next to it. So you got a
that normally happens when I'm having full penetrative sex.
Oh, this is honestly, you wouldn't want this to happen. So, it's in the fucking write-ups. So while they're doing that, their child falls out the window.
Oh, really?
And dies. So
what, like Game of Thrones style? Oh no, he was chucked out of the window.
Yeah, this crawls out and falls. And then they go to a cabin to like try and recover or whatever, deal with their grief and everything, and then everything just goes. So it deals with grief, it deals with everything, all of those sort of emotions, and then shows it in another way. And then after listening to people talk about Antichrist, it made me want to watch it again,
right,
to see where they spoke about how this all works in. So probably any sort of YouTube video that explains it and does it well, you'll probably then be able to watch it and go, right, I get it now. It's not just doing that to be really extreme. It's that, and it's all linked in. And people say, it's not really a horror film. I say, yes, it is when you realise what it is. Yeah,
right,
it's a horror film.
So I'd be better off watching it first and then watching the YouTube video.
Yeah,
I don't want to
yeah. Just see what you make of it. But yeah, you'll see everything and everything. It's very graphic. It's the most graphic film I've ever seen on British TV.
Wow. Okay.
Because I don't think they'll ever show Lars von Trier's Nymphomaniac or anything.
No,
I don't think they ever will. But
no.
Yeah. So Wild at Heart is David Lynch. Probably before he went completely that you don't always know what his films are about. Inland Empire, brilliant to watch, but I still to this day have no fucking idea what that film's about. Linked in with loads of people. Harry Dean Stanton's in it, like I say, William Dafoe. Look at the list, it's massive. and some great performances. And there's real tie-ins to Wizard of Oz.
All right, okay.
Okay, purposely. Which might be why I love it so much, as everybody knows I love the Wizard of Oz. Yeah,
I can't. It's not streaming anywhere. That was the thing. I was looking everywhere to find it, and I thought
I'd lend it to you, but I've only got it on VHS, and I kept it because I thought I haven't got a VHS player now, but I really like the case. It's the old school case. I got to keep that. But yes, I would love to get a copy of that myself.
Okay, that's your number one. My number one, again, it's not. I wouldn't say it's particularly a Nic Cage movie, but I think he's the best thing in it, and that's Kick-Ass.
Yeah. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, he plays
the Batman, has it?
The Bat. Yeah, I don't know what do they actually call his Big Daddy, isn't he, or something?
Yeah, that's right.
Something like that. But I mean, I love Kick-Ass as a movie. I think it was a great remedy to all the Marvel,
the generic shit.
It
broke the mold.
It absolutely did. And himself was just this. I can remember watching the trailer for the first time when it was Hit Girl and him, and he's shooting her in the chest and just saying, one more time, and then we'll go off and we'll go and get a milkshake. And
that's it.
He's just like this caring dad, but he's trying to teach his daughter how to be this ultimate killer.
And she's so good in that.
It's so good, and it's all about revenge. And it's a horrific death scene that he's being burnt alive. Spoilers,
screaming.
But it's done in it's such a beautiful way that it's done.
Yeah,
with that kind of like white light that's flashing every so often, and he's just amazing. And he's not in the movie really all that much.
No, I'd say probably not even 2/3.
Not even 2/3.
Yeah, it's probably just over half of the movies, and it's a great film.
But it's I think
and great performance.
Great
performance. It wasn't mad, really. It wasn't a mad performance. But people forget when they watch Kick-Ass. To me, when I saw it again recently, I was so disappointed. I remember seeing the second one and thinking, "Oh, that's okay." The second time I watched it, I thought, "Nah, that's not very good at all." But the first one, people forget how brutal it is.
Oh my god! It's
that bit when he gets stabbed.
Yes,
you're like, "Fuck, that's proper hard."
But it's just like the graphic novel, isn't it? I mean, the graphic novel is unapologetically like gruesome, and they sort of reined back a little bit, especially in Kick-Ass 2.
Yeah.
But it's so much fun. Got one of the greatest endings with the Elvis music playing.
Yeah.
It's so good, and got some really sort of like heart-wrenching moments in it as well. But it's a lot of fun. It
really is.
Yeah. Okay, we've got some honorable mentions. David Berger said Matchstick Men. And there's a quote there. Your best. Losers always whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen. Carla was the prom queen. And also The Rock, All the Way. Vanessa Frey, City of Angels. That was with Meg Ryan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Lisa Buchanan. Hello, Lisa. Valley Girl. Watch it several times a year. Raising Arizona with Holly Hunter. The premise alone was amazing. Con Air, one wrong flight can ruin your whole day. The unbearable weight of massive talent. I appreciated the self-deprecation. Pig, didn't love the movie, but loved him in it.
Yeah.
Face Off. And fun fact, he lived near me for a while. It was a gated community on the water. He had a gorgeous house and a boat to match. He woke up one day to find a naked man in his kitchen wearing his leather coat. He sold the home shortly after. This is why we can't have nice things. And when I went over in August, that was Newport Bay.
Yeah.
And Lisa showed me that was Nic Cage's old house and John Wayne's old house as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on this bay. It was lovely, yeah. Erin Peterson, Leaving Las Vegas, Ghost Rider, and The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Callie Kastner said another vote for Con Air, so ridiculously good. Honestly, love him in Peggy Sue Got Married.
That's
Kathleen
really
Turner,
good. Kathleen Turner. I remember seeing that at the cinema when I was at school.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's me. And Gone in 60 Seconds with Vinnie Jones.
Yeah.
Kareem Pastor said Valley Girl. The podcast nobody asked for said the best film he's in is Into the Spider-Verse. Best film he stars in is Adaptation or Pig.
Okay.
And Movie Jewel Pod on Thread said Wild at Heart, Con Air and Kick-Ass. Lourdes Aura, I hope I'm saying that name right, I'm sorry if I'm not. The Family Man, me and my family watch it every Christmas.
Yeah, it's a sweet movie. We just have to forget who directed it, don't you?
Who directed that one?
Brett Ratner.
Oh, right, okay. At Ches Kit on Instagram said, outside of the Rock and National Treasure movies, I prefer a different side of Nic Cage. Cotton Club, Racing with the Moon, Raising Arizona, City of Angels, Birdie, Peggy Sue Got Married, and Wind Talkers. One day I'll have to tell you about the time I made dinner for him, his dad, and Patricia Arquette, and he went missing after. So I don't know. I'm not saying it's because of that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
And Andy Beaton says, +1 to Valley Girl and Raising Arizona. Let's have some Red Rock West, Adaptation, and Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call. The wife asked what I was doing, and +1's Peggy Sue Got Married, obviously.
He used to live near us as well, didn't he? You knew that, didn't you?
Didn't he live in Bath?
Bath, yeah. He lived there for a few years. He switched the Christmas lights on in Bath.
There you go. Of course he did.
Isn't
that a Nic Cage kind of thing to do?
Yeah, married Lisa Marie, didn't he?
Presley? He did marry, yeah. Now, was that before or after Jacko? Did he get married to her?
I don't know.
I think it was.
It was a short-reigned wedding anyway, whatever it was.
Yeah, he's been married quite a few times, I think, hasn't he? But there you go, Neil. We've done it.
Thank you very much.
Top 10 Nic Cage movies done.
And loved.
Yeah, I feel like I think Wild at Heart is definitely one I need to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
And I need
actually where I saw it. I was thinking, where did I watch it last year? Because I've still got it on my Sky Planner. It was Film 4.
Ah, right, okay.
They showed it on Film 4. I don't know whether it would be on Catch Up Film 4, but
probably.
It might be worth asking your Sky remote. Yeah,
I'll have a little look. Remember, you'll hear Neil's dulcet tones at the end of the podcast with all of the links and all the shenanigans and gubbins. You can go to the show notes, whatever it's called, and click on all the links. All the links are there. We don't need to go over it now because it's just ridiculous and just repeating.
Ridiculous.
Stuff. Neil, thank you once again. It's great to have you back.
It's always a joy to be back. And I must say thank you to everybody who's been in touch and sent lovely messages. As always, it's always great to hear from you. Love you all.
Yeah, bless you all, everyone. Once again, thank you, Neil. Thank you very much, everybody else, for watching and listening. And let's go start the countdown.